guys, so today I'm here to give you guys my review on the ever famous Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation. So I picked up this foundation when I was in the UK, and I have found out that it is possible to track this down online if you guys live in the US or somewhere where they don't sell this. This is just a super well-known foundation for anyone that follows a UK blogger or YouTuber. And I had to try it out, and I wanted to give you guys my thoughts and my review on it. So I'm going to do this video in two parts with my demo and with my review at the end. So let's just get right into it with my demo right now. Here I am with my beautiful no makeup face because I'm about to demo for you guys the Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation, like I've already told you. I'm in the shade Soft Beige 200. Now this foundation is supposed to have an anti-fatigue effect and a radiant glow, and it has an SPF of 15. It also has peptides in it, and it's supposed to have a vitamin moisturizing complex within it. Before we get into the actual application, I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about the foundation itself. Now it comes in a glass container, and it is by Rimmel London. Now, I believe that this formula of their foundation can only be found in the UK. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, or if I am wrong, then I will put it in the bottom bar down below. I'll do some research before I actually post this. But yeah, so it's in a glass container with an orange cap, and underneath the cap is a nice little pump, and the pump is really great from the times that I've used this. It dispenses the product in just the right amount. It's not messy, and it's really clean, and it's not a pump that gets really dirty. There's only the smallest bit of makeup smudged onto the pump because of the way that I scrape it off onto my hand after I've pumped it out. I think that for the price, it was probably around £10, I want to say. This foundation is roughly a medium coverage foundation. I wouldn't say that it's full coverage, but you guys will see the coverage in the video and we can talk about it then. So yeah, I think that that's all that I have to say about the product. To apply it today, I'm going to be using my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, which I use in almost all of my foundation review videos, so that way it's pretty consistent. And yeah, let's just get right into it. I'm going to start with just one pump of the foundation to show it to you guys. Now, if you guys can see there, the foundation is pretty thick and it does match my skin tone pretty well. It's a little bit light for me right now, but it does run just a little bit. So it's thick, but it is still runny. Now I'm just dipping the foundation brush in there a little bit, and then I'm gonna start on my cheeks. Now, before I really get into it, I do have some breakouts. I do have some spots, so you guys can see how this kind of covers it up. And I think that it does do a fairly good job. And on the other side. Now let's see how these blemishes kind of fade. And I do need another pump, or a half a pump, for my forehead, and just to get a little extra coverage in certain places. So you guys can see it's a pretty thick consistency when I put it on my face. But it does blend in really nicely. So I'm just gonna dab a little extra product on any kinds of spots that I see showing through. How does that look to you guys? So I have a full pump and a half of the foundation on my face now, and it's showing up a little bit lighter on camera. I'm getting a little bit of a white cast, but like I said, the foundation is about a shade too light for me right now because I have been at the beach recently and things like that. But you guys can definitely see the coverage. Now, if you look at my cheeks in the camera or on my nose or like my forehead, you can definitely see the dewy illuminating effect that this foundation has. and you can see the coverage of where I had breakouts before. Now looking in my mirror, I don't feel like this is an extreme full coverage foundation. I mean, you guys can see I have beauty marks around my face. That's one of the things that I'm naturally born with, is beauty marks, and that's kind of how I can judge how heavy a foundation is. It doesn't cover up a beauty mark 100%, but it does give pretty good coverage on top of any kind of blemish. I do have a little bit of dark circles coming through, but overall it does give you a really beautiful complexion, and I think that it's definitely medium coverage and not light coverage in any way. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, and then I'll come right back to give you guys the full rest of the review. So now that my makeup is all done, let's keep talking about this foundation here. So I've already told you that I love the packaging, but now let's talk about the coverage. So I'm a total fan of the coverage that I get with this foundation. I do feel like it covers all of the things that I need it to, but I don't feel like it looks cakey or heavy or put on. Now for the wearability of this foundation, I'd say that you can definitely wear this as an everyday foundation. I think that it's meant to be that way because it is luminous and it's supposed to be something that wakes you up when you're tired, which is basically every day if you're going to school or to work or something like that. The other thing that I really love about this foundation, and a reason why I think that it's a great everyday foundation, is because I find that the wearing power of this foundation, or the staying power, is excellent. Like, it still looks good at the end of the day. I've worn this a couple times, especially when I go to work and I'm there for 6 hours at a time, and I'm wearing my foundation afterwards, that it still looks really good and it looks good on my face. The ultimate test of that was that I actually fell asleep one day after work. I was so tired and I just took a nap for like 3 hours, which is basically going to sleep, and I woke up and my foundation still looked really great on my skin. It really did look great still, and that's like the ultimate test, because when you're sleeping, you're like moving around, you could be sweating, you could be doing whatever you do when a person sleeps, and if your foundation still looks good, that means that it's a great kind of foundation formula, in my opinion, as far as staying power goes. This foundation is really reasonably priced in the UK for the pound, and in the US on the websites that I was looking at, you can get it for about $15, which is not all that different from other foundations. It is a little bit more expensive though than the Rimmel line typically is. The color line isn't all that wide. They have, I want to say, about 8 shades. I will put the exact amount right here. So you can find a rough match, but you'll probably have to pick up 2 shades at least to really get it to the shade that you want. I do want to say that it is a very luminous foundation. If you guys have oily skin to begin with, this may not be for you. You guys will probably think that I'm really oily right now, but it's just a combination of the foundation and some highlighter that I put on that's making me look like a grease ball on camera, but there's nothing I can do about that because I do want the foundation to actually show through. I didn't mattify this. You definitely can. I've done that before and I really love the results, and I think that it's really a great foundation to put other things on. I put on a cream blush, I put on some powder bronzer, and everything just blended really nicely on top of it. I don't feel like the foundation breaks up at all when you're blending it in, and I think that it is a great foundation to use with a brush or with a beauty blender. You can take it either way. Overall, I would give this foundation a 5 out of 5 to be honest, but I am going to give it a 4 out of 5 purely for the fact that they don't have this fully released in the US. They have released the Wake Me Up Concealer in the US now, but the foundation has still yet to come. So Rimmel, if you're out there somewhere, release this foundation in the US because it's honestly absolutely amazing. The best drugstore foundation that I've had in a while, and I'm really happy with it. So yeah, I hope that you guys like this. If you guys want to see a review on the Wake Me Up Concealer, then make sure to leave that in the comments down below and give this video a thumbs up so I know that you guys liked it. I'll see you guys in my next video, and if you guys have tried out this foundation, then also let me know your thoughts down below so that way we can talk about it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye! And if you're still around, make sure that you watch the video that I posted Wednesday in my last 50 videos of summer video.